Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. I am John Davison Rockefeller, a man known to history as the founder of Standard Oil, the architect of an industrial empire, and a philanthropist whose efforts have touched countless lives. But beyond the boardrooms, the railroads, and the oil fields, I have always considered myself a father and a mentor, striving to pass on the wisdom I have accumulated over decades of navigating the tumultuous seas of business and life. One of the most significant pieces of advice I ever gave to my son, a simple yet profound statement, comprises just 38 letters. Willful waste makes woeful want. This phrase, though succinct, carries within it the distillation of a lifetime's experience and a philosophy that guided me from my earliest days as a young entrepreneur to my years of overseeing one of the largest corporate enterprises the world has ever seen. Let me unpack this advice, for it is not just about money or business. It is about life, integrity, and the enduring values that build character and success. Willful waste makes woeful want. These words were not idly spoken. I have seen, time and again, that wastefulness breeds scarcity and suffering. It is an immutable law of both nature and business. From the day I founded Standard Oil, I was meticulous about waste. I built my company on the belief that every drop of oil had value, that every byproduct could be transformed into something useful. Whether it was kerosene for lamps or the countless other products derived from refining crude oil, nothing was to be squandered. The waste of today becomes the want of tomorrow. When I saw other companies in the oil industry spilling their crude or failing to innovate with their byproducts, I saw opportunities. I recognized that prudence, efficiency, and careful stewardship were the keys to enduring success. Let me give you a practical example. In the early days of the oil industry, most companies would burn off natural gas as a waste byproduct. They saw it as useless. But I saw an opportunity. By capturing and utilizing that gas, I turned a so-called waste product into a source of energy, thus creating additional streams of revenue for Standard Oil. This was not just about increasing profit margins. It was about a mindset, a discipline that eschewed waste in all its forms. The value of this approach extended beyond the oil fields and into every facet of life. This same philosophy applied to my personal life and my dealings with others. As I often told my children, resources are not just about money. They include time, talent, relationships, and even one's own reputation. These are the true currencies of life. If you waste time, you rob yourself of future opportunities. If you squander your talents, you diminish your ability to succeed and contribute to the world. If you take your relationships for granted, you may find yourself alone in your hour of need. If you tarnish your reputation, you may lose the trust that is the foundation of all meaningful partnerships. I taught my son that living within one's means, investing wisely, and cultivating a habit of saving are not merely financial advice but life principles. A man who spends all that he has, who lives for today without a thought for tomorrow, is bound to face want and hardship. But a man who practices thrift, who saves for the future, who invests not only in material wealth but in knowledge, skills, and relationships, lays the groundwork for enduring prosperity. It was with this understanding that I approached philanthropy as well. Some might say that giving away my fortune contradicted the principle of avoiding waste. But I see it differently. Properly directed philanthropy is not wasteful. It is an investment in the future of mankind. By funding medical research, establishing educational institutions, and supporting public health initiatives, I aim to ensure that my wealth would continue to work long after my own time, to alleviate want and suffering, to open doors of opportunity, and to improve the human condition. This is the legacy I sought to build and the lesson I endeavored to impart to my son and to all who would listen. To avoid waste is to build strength, to create value, and to ensure that the fruits of one's labor benefit not only oneself, but the generations to come. Remember, the true measure of a man is not how much he acquires, but how wisely he uses what he has. This is why I say, willful waste makes woeful want. It is more than a saying. It is a creed by which to live.